What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside Hartford, Connecticut. And today's going to be a little insight look at the MLB season as it's concluding. We're going to look at the playoff picture if the playoffs were to start today, September 14th. So all these teams are pretty solid in their current, these are pretty much going to be the 16 playoff teams. They all have at least like a 2.5 game lead over the wild card seeds behind them. So without further ado, we will jump in. And of course, we're going to start with the AL. And I'm going to be doing predictions as we go. But I didn't go and do too much research just because this is hypothetical. There are still a lot of games to be played. There's still 2 weeks left. Once we get to the actual playoff picture, I will be doing a lot more research. So I'm just going to give you my guesstimations here. And as you can see, there's not a lot of space for me to write, so it might get a little messy. But of course, we'll start off with the American League, and we have the 1 seed Chicago White Sox taking on the 8 seed Cleveland team. These are division rivals, so it's always exciting to have division rivals play, but it really happens a lot. This playoff picture right now, hypothetically, 6 of the 8 hypothetical matchups are all teams that are division rivals, which makes it a little more boring because of how this year's been played, but we'll see. So the White Sox have been arguably the hottest offense in baseball, and it's just Cleveland doesn't have the offense to keep up with Chicago. Shane Bieber can go out there and play well, but the problem is you can't play Bieber every night, and all these games will be played in Chicago, so that gives a huge edge to the White Sox. Chicago will have minimal problems taking down Cleveland, so Chicago will win that series. Then you got the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the New York Yankees. So right now, it's a tale of 2 teams. Tampa Bay is kind of struggling as of late. New York's surging as of late. However, it's going to really come down to who's healthy for the Yankees. So I don't think the Yankees will be the 7th seed. I think they're going to surge up. I think they're going to surpass Toronto. So it's going to be, I don't see this as a matchup, but in this particular matchup, it really would be a very close one. Again, if the Yankees are healthy, the Yankees will run away with this series. But despite the fact that both Judge and Stanton are expected to return shortly, I don't foresee all of their superstars being healthy. It's just not the Yankee way. So it really is going to come down to health, who's healthy, who isn't. So at this point in time, I will be giving the edge to the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays, yes, they are slumping right now a little bit. Yes, the Yankees are a better team, but health is the real reason why I'm giving the Rays the edge over the Yankees in this series. Don't be shocked, though, if the Yankees are a much higher seed. They very well might be contending for this 3 spot at this point in 2 weeks. But at this point in time, due to health concerns, Tampa Bay definitely, in my view, has the edge over the Yankees just because we don't know who's going to be healthy for the Yankees. Then we get to the 3 seed Oakland Athletics taking on the 6th seed Houston Astros. And Astros are below 500. They're the only team in this playoff picture that are below 500, AL and NL. They have not been doing good of late. Oakland has also been struggling of late. This would probably be a pretty bad series in all honesty. So no one's really going to be excited about watching this series, if we're being honest, unless you're from Oakland or Houston. But it's just both teams have kind of cooled off of late. But Oakland should take this series. They have more. They've been a better, more consistent team, and they have more to prove than Houston. Houston has a lot to prove, but Oakland really has to prove it. Then you get the 5 seed Minnesota Twins taking on the 4 seed Minnesota Twins taking on the 5 seed Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto is a really young, talented, good team. This is really a good battle between the future and the past, if you want to call it that, the future and the present. And with what we've been seeing, I'm going to call my first upset here. I think Toronto has what it takes to pull the win over Minnesota just because the pitching is there. They have a lot of the young pitchers, which is always good. A lot of talented pitchers. They have playoff experience. They should be able to beat the Twins. So now we'll go Chicago, Tampa Bay. I think they would probably reseed these, but I don't know for a fact. And this would be another good battle, but since I basically barely gave the Rays the edge, I think Chicago's going to take them down. Minimal problems. So, Chicago, again, very talented offense. Rays have a good offense, and their pitching staff's always been underrated, but I think Chicago is just going to be a better team. Oakland v. Toronto. I'm going to call it again. I'm going to call Toronto. I really like this team. Young, talented team. And again, I don't think Toronto will be here. I think Toronto will be the 7th seed. Best case for them. So I very well don't think they're going to be here. But Oakland's just been dealing with a lot of injuries of late. I think Toronto, with their stronger, veteran pitching staff, I think they're going to be able to take them out. Chicago White Sox versus Toronto Blue Jays. A battle of two young teams that I never thought I'd be saying are in the AL Championship, ALCS. But the home field advantage is going to be huge for the White Sox. Chicago White Sox will be your AL champs at this point in time. Now we get to the NL. And the NL is a little easier to predict. Dodgers, while they've been quote-unquote slumping, Giants aren't that good, all right? Sorry, Giants. Your miracle season ends here. Dodgers take you out. I don't really need to think about that one. Phillies and Braves. These two teams actually played. They tied their season series. So here's the thing. The Braves are a very good home team, and the Phillies are a slightly below 500 road team. Home field advantage is critical in this series. Braves have home field advantage. I think the Phillies might be able to steal a game from them, but the Braves, this is all Atlanta all day. Hate to say it. Chicago Cubbies taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are an interesting team. If they get rest, I think they can definitely make a run at the Cubs. But I don't think you're really going to give them a lot of rest. I don't think you're going to be like, all right, we're going to play a day, give a day off. Going to play a day, give a day off. I think if it was a longer series, a 7-game series, I think the Cardinals could steal it. But given the lack of rest, I think the Cubs will run away with this series. They have confidence, especially after the no-no yesterday. So, and then, of course, the last series here, San Diego, Miami. Sorry, Miami. I really can't even debate this one. That's the one good thing about the Phillies falling out of the 2 spot there. So, San Diego is just so talented. Miami, your miracle season comes to an end. But you guys are definitely a contender next year. Let me get to the 1-seed Dodgers versus the 2-seed Braves. The Dodgers have been the Braves' kryptonite two of the past 3 postseasons. I'm pretty sure they got eliminated by them in 2017 and 2018. I know 2019 they lost to the Cardinals. Dodgers are definitely ready. They want to compete. They added Mookie Betts this offseason, as we all know. Atlanta is there. Acuna needs to step up. And when I say needs, I mean needs. All caps. Underline, whatever you want to say, bold it, hyphenate it, whatever you want to do. Acuna needs to step up. I don't know if he's going to do it, and a lot of the key role pieces around him have been struggling. So, Dodgers are going to make the NLCS yet again, ready to play, and I believe this is their 4th consecutive NLCS. I'm pretty sure possibly even 5th. I don't think they made it in 2016, but then we get the Chicago Cubbies taking on the San Diego Padres. And as impressive as the Cubs have been, I think the Padres are just a much better team. They're built for a competition. They're built for a series like this against the Cubs. The Padres have all this new talent that they have. They'll have a couple more weeks to get it all to gel together. Tatis has been an MVP candidate this whole season. Obviously, it's going to be a good series, but I think San Diego will be good enough to take out the Cubs, despite the fact that Chicago has home field advantage. Now we get the Dodgers versus the Cubs, or the Dodgers versus the Padres. This is going to be fascinating. As I mentioned in our last video, the MLB weekly recap, the Dodgers and the Padres are playing a critical 3-game series this week, starting today, Monday, September 14th. This will decide a lot. If the Padres sweep them, the Padres become the 1 seed, the Dodgers fall to the 4. It's going to be critical, but at this point in time, I'm going to have to give the edge to the Dodgers just because they are the 1 seed. They will have the home field advantage. That is huge. So it's really going to come down to who wins this 3-game series coming up between the two. But the Dodgers are a better team, no questions asked. Of course, you have Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. So now we get a World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Chicago White Sox. It's going to be one heck of a World Series. As good as the White Sox are and as good as the Dodgers are, it's going to be an offensive slugfest. The pitching's just not going to be existent. Here's the thing. One team has a clear edge in pitching, okay? Clear edge in starting pitching. One team has a clear edge in starting pitching and offense. The outfield is insane. You probably know who I'm talking about. Dodgers. I think the Dodgers will take this series. I think you'll be looking at the LA Dodgers as World Series champions soon enough. I believe this is their year. And I think that they're finally going to get over the hump. I think they're ready for it. It's going to be a good one. Of course, this is 2 weeks out. I'll be doing one once the bracket's officially done. But in retrospect, it might be a little too soon to call it because we do have some key series coming up. Of course, like I said, the Dodgers are playing the Padres soon. Yankees have been streaking. They're probably going to end up surpassing Toronto. Oakland's having a little bit of problems hanging on to that one spot with injuries, but they very well should. And, of course, Houston's really struggling of late. Don't be shocked to see Seattle in the playoffs over Houston. But it's going to be a very good one. Very excited about these playoffs. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any comments about this, definitely make sure to let me know. But again, at this point in time, it's very likely that all of these teams are going to be your playoff teams. The seeding's probably going to change a little bit. And really, the teams that are close are going to be the Seattle Mariners have a shot at surpassing the Houston Astros as a 2 seed from the AL West, while the Mets have a shot at surpassing the Giants. But the Giants own the head-to-head tiebreaker over them, so the Mets have to get hot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good rest of your day.